Hello and welcome to the Long Island Weather Report on this October 23rd. Thank God, cooler today. Much stiffer breeze from the south. You can see our cold front approaching, yeah, you see that cold front approaching, and that is going to bring a much more typical, normal air mass to our area tomorrow. Looking at our statistics for today at Islip, still was above normal though, high 72, low 53, 10 degrees above normal for the day. Central Park, high of 75. It's actually, that's odd that it was cooler in Central Park. No, actually, no, it's warmer in Central Park. Sorry, my mistake. High of 75, low of 59, 12 degrees above normal. It's not that much higher though. Now, if we go to Newark, I'm sure, yeah, still got into the 80s if you were in Jersey. High of 82, low of 55, 14 degrees above normal for the day. So let's go and look at what we got going on outside right now. You first and foremost, you're going to notice there's a red flag warning in effect for New Jersey, much of New Jersey. That's going to be in effect for Thursday. And I'm really surprised they have not issued one for us. There was one for Connecticut, but they dropped. I think they'll need to really have, our whole area is going to be under red flag warning tomorrow. I would be very surprised if it's not. Temperatures in the mid-60s out there right now and feel a little humid with the dew point up near 61. And you can see we got a very strong south-southwesterly wind. The only saving grace is that it is humid because tomorrow we're going to have a dry wind, and that is going to make things worse for the wildfire risk. So let's go look at our highs across the area on the map today. You can see low 70s across Long Island, the mid-70s in the city, and as you got into Jersey, low 80s. For lows, somehow West Hampton still made it down to 43 last night. I don't know how. Everybody else was in the mid-50s. Mid-40s in the New Jersey Pine Barrens. That's amazing, because by me, that alley was in the 60s all night long, so I had to keep the AC going all night long. It definitely did not cool off at all, one bit where I'm living. Depending on where you were, I guess. That's the thing about the ground being dry, and if you're in an area that cools off at night, you really cool off if the humidity is low, even if it was warm during the day. However, things are going to change, and things will really cool off as we head into tomorrow. There was a wildfire. I can't really see it on the satellite, but there was a wildfire in Connecticut. I don't see any smoke plumes over our area in this satellite loop. However, I do see some smoke plumes over the Carolinas and Virginia. There could be some wildfires flaring up over there. Just looking at the larger satellite view here. Let's go and look at the larger satellite view just to show you the larger satellite view. There's a big coastal storm. That's the remnants of Oscar. And then you see our cold front coming through here. Cooler air, and I don't really see any smoke on the satellite. So I noticed there was a little bit around today. Definitely you could see towards sunset. You could definitely see a little bit of smoke, although it didn't seem quite as bad as yesterday. That breeze definitely helped disperse it a little bit. But still, hazy skies this evening. We're going to be, that haze is going to be out of here, I think, with this cold front coming through. Looking at our Weather Prediction Center, which I must have, well, we don't really need to look at that. You can see that there's a cold front coming through. There's your low over there. We'll just go to the models here and look at the HRRR. We only have 20 hours out, but just to show you, the cold front is going to come through dry pretty much. Maybe it might be a band of showers that forms in the morning over eastern Long Island, maybe, but by and large, it's going to come through dry. There's probably not going to be any rain with this. The NAM 3, let's see if the NAM 3 shows up anything. No. So, again, we kind of remain in this drought, unfortunately. But, yeah, it's going to come through in the morning hours, this front. Going back to the HRRR, I'll show you the dew points, wind flow, and the change. As we're heading to tomorrow, you can see starting off with the obviously humid conditions tonight, but the winds start shifting to the northwest around 7 o'clock, and then by the afternoon, we're fully in the dry air. And we'll have a much nicer afternoon. There might be some clouds in the morning, but definitely by the afternoon it should be mostly sunny in most locations. Temperatures probably not going to drop all that much tonight, so I think we're going to stay pretty much in the 60s. I don't think we see 50s, and then for tomorrow, Still shows us getting well up into the mid to upper 60s, so the HRRR. So it still might be a little bit above normal, but it'll feel a lot cooler compared to the way it's been. And then when we get to the evening, that's when the temperatures will drop into the 40s and 30s. And then for Friday, it will be a cooler day. I think we'll have, again, highs only in the low 60s for Friday. And you can see, again, the dew points staying on the low side. Friday, we start with the northwest wind, then it backs off to the south. And you see the breezy conditions tomorrow and the lower humidity. That's the concern, obviously, and we're going to look at some of the models to visualize those winds that we're going to be dealing with tomorrow and the concern for wildfire spread that we're going to have. I don't know why they don't have a red flag warning issued for our area. I don't know whose decision it is to issue the red flag warning, whether it's the Weather Service office or I think it's the state. So why am I not surprised New York is being, once again, tone deaf when it comes to this kind of stuff? Not at all surprising. Clouds. Again, we may have some clouds to start tomorrow, and then they should clear out from west to east. GFS keeps some clouds over Long Island, though, and really doesn't really clear us out until Friday. That is the GFS. Can go to the RGEM here. RGEM is, it does tend to keep the clouds over Long Island a little more, but if you're in New Jersey, by the afternoon, it should be mostly sunny, or even western Long Island for that matter. And then Friday, you should be mostly sunny, but we'll have to watch maybe for some cirrus coming in toward the evening. And again, I'll probably have to do another weather report tomorrow night because of these dry conditions, and we'll see if. And then for Saturday, we'll start off with clouds, and then later on in the afternoon, it becomes mostly sunny again. It's just another cold front coming through. That's all that is. And behind that second cold front, if I go back to the GFS here. She'll visualize this here. You'll see that the winds pick up again from the north-northwest with low dew points and very low humidity. So this is going to be a concern. That front's going to come through dry, so I don't think we're going to see any rain from that front either. I'm not really here to talk about the weekend, though. I'm going to talk more about that tomorrow night, or probably, maybe more likely Friday night. I'll talk about the weekend. If I do a weather video tomorrow night, I might skip tomorrow night. I don't know. We'll have to see. It all depends on how bad the conditions get for the wildfires. Let's talk about that wind, all right? So we're at Ventus Sky right now, and we are going to look at the wind gusts. And we'll go into this, and we'll show you the wind gusts tomorrow. So you can see, all right, this doesn't look, this is tomorrow? This doesn't look terrible. Wind gust 16. This doesn't look terrible. It's worse in the morning. But still, it's not going to take a lot. That's the issue. Still seeing the wind. And then as we head into tomorrow night, the winds actually pick up. So as we head into tomorrow night, this wildfire danger is actually going to get worse, I think, as we head into the night, because these winds actually get worse, according to this model, because of that pressure gradient between that high and that low offshore the remnants of Oscar. So, this is showing some stronger winds as we head into the evening. And then as we head into Friday, let's see, 18 miles an hour. It looks like it dies off more in Jersey, but over Long Island, the winds may stay up more, and this is going to be a concern. As we head into Friday, the winds drop a little more, and then we have lighter winds. But definitely tomorrow, it's going to be on the breezy side, and that's a concern, especially as we head later into the day, that we could see some wildfires develop again because of these conditions. I don't know why there is not a red flag warning in effect, but I'm going to just put it in the title of red flag conditions across the entire area, including Long Island. I don't care what the state of New York says. It's pretty obvious that we're going to have those conditions. Because New Jersey gets it, but of course New York obviously doesn't. And this is one model here that we have. Oceans, not really showing too much in the oceans here. Oddly enough, they do have that small craft advisory in effect. And we got a hazardous weather outlook. So we have the hazardous weather outlook, and that's the red flag warning in effect for Connecticut. But, yeah, nothing for us. I don't know why. I just don't know why. Looking at the radar, there are some showers that are upstate. If we can go to the other radar. Let's push this up a little bit. You can see it's pretty moisture-starved for the southern extent of this. Most of the rain is well upstate, so chances are unfortunately, we're probably not going to see any rain from this. They have a slight chance of showers. That's not our area. That's not our area. They don't even have a rain in the forecast for us tonight. So the rain is going to stay to the north and the west. So the drought continues, unfortunately. And let's go to windy.com as well. You can look at the wind again tomorrow because, again, that's a concern. Again, this is the remnants of Oscar. If we go to wind, we'll just change this to menu. When we go to menu, wind gusts. And, again, this is what's left of Oscar. And then you have the pressure gradient between that and that high building tomorrow. This is the European model. And this has stronger winds than the HRRR model. You can see it definitely is. It's stronger winds with this particular model. And that's a concern, again, for the spread of wildfires. This is going to continue through tomorrow. The winds finally get a little lighter on Friday. But I think that as long as we don't see any rain, unless we get some rain through a miracle, which I don't think is going to happen, tomorrow is going to be a red flag day, I think, across the entire area. And I think we have the potential to see some large wildfires break out across the area tomorrow. So that is definitely a concern. And I think they actually have a fire risk in here. I saw one model that actually had a fire risk in here. Let me see if we can find... I don't know if it was this site that had it. Not sure. Was this one? I thought I saw a model that had fire risk in it. I don't know if it was this one. I don't see it here. No, I don't see it here. I thought we had a fire risk model, but I don't see it here. So it was on the other. Maybe it was in Ventus Sky that had it. Yeah, I don't see that here. I don't know. I saw it somewhere, but I don't remember where it is. And unfortunately, as far as the smoke models go, the ones that actually predict if we're going to see wildfires tomorrow, the latest run is only 15Z on this. So these actually try to predict if wildfires develop. So we're going to see. We're going to push this through. You can see the smoke getting pushed aside for tomorrow, but it just doesn't go far enough out. So the last thing I'm going to talk about here, and this is kind of important, I'm going to make a post about this too. Arctic sea ice, we're seeing a record minimum extent for this time of the year. We are now below the 2012 median. So the ice in the Arctic is not recovering quickly, and that's a big concern as well, and just more proof of our changing climate. So that is going to wrap things up here. Enjoy tomorrow. It should be a nice day, but just be careful because there is going to be wildfire danger. I think Friday is probably going to be the better of the 2 days as far as less wind. So that's going to wrap this one up. Good night. And again, red flag conditions tomorrow. Be on alert.